got me running, got me running. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that. Raise your hands up, raise them up.
All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Currency Call with Forex Trading Asia. So if you are new to the call, welcome. And if you are a consistent follower as well and you're back, thank you again for coming back as well. So this is the episode 375 for the 15th of September, 2021. And a big welcome again. So this is the currency call that we do every Monday to Friday. And the currencies we do are as follows. So we've got Aussie and Kiwi on Monday. On Tuesday, we do Euro. Wednesday today, we're doing the pound pairs. Thursday, yen and gold. And then on Fridays, we do the CAD pairs and cryptocurrency, specifically Ethereum and Bitcoin as well. So this is the currency call where you'll get market economic updates, key support and resistance levels, trade ideas, and of course, much more as well. Now, this currency call is going to be very beneficial to both the long-term investors and the short-term traders. And here we will go through what could move prices, possible trade ideas, and we'll also highlight potential targets and risks too. Just an important thing to note as well, everyone, any information shared during this session is not intended to be a trade recommendation. It is solely the opinion and views of the speaker. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to entering any trades. All right, so just to start off here, guys, today, I'll go through the US dollar index just before we get into Jin, and then also Kim Hong is presenting a trade idea as well. So we did have the CPI data out yesterday, last night for GMT +8 time zone. And I've just got the US index chart up here now, thanks to Samtrade. And this is just the 1 hour time frame. And as you can see, just from what's been going on, we are still very much, range bound. We do get some decent moves in regards to what we saw earlier in the month. And we had a nice little run up, although the CPI data that did come out yesterday would be best classified as quite neutral. What we have also been seeing in the context of this is what could best be described as a risk off sentiment. Now, obviously what has been going on with the equity markets, especially in the US with the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, they continue to push higher and higher and higher. And we've just seen that easing back a little bit. And yesterday there was a couple of trade calls made that I personally took on the Euro Aussie long and also the Aussie short. And we could see that very much break further down after the release of the inflation data as well. So there's still some pressures there that, the Federal Reserve talk about transitory inflation and the like, but it just still seems there are some things that are going to be held in place where the costs of certain things and production is going to sort of hold, and something will inevitably have to be done. And they're talking about tapering where they're going to ease this money printing in November, but we'll see. That could happen sooner. And again, that's going to really most likely lead to some US dollar strengthening. But for now, in regards to a trade on the index, it's still, very much looking like it's not as clear as if it was, still high inflation. Then there'd be almost, a easy suggestion that the US dollar could go high. But, for the remainder of this month, it's going to have to be closely observed. And an easier way to play this would be just to watch for what the equity markets are doing. I mean, the Australian stock market right now, the ASX 200 has pulled back a little bit, but there's not a huge amount of concern because the dip buying mentality is still very much present. And I just want to share one thing as well. I wanted to share this yesterday. So what I've got here, guys, is the report from the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Now, what this is showing here In green, we've got the long positions, and in red, we've got the short positions. So this is really the inflows and outflows on the US dollar from a speculative positioning standpoint. So what we can see, so this is from yesterday, and we are still seeing a decent amount of long positions still being held by markets. And then we've also, now the Commodity Futures Trading Commission is made up of, there's a large volume that is represented with this. So that, because we have so many different brokers around the world, but this is a nice way to get a gauge on, who's doing what really in regards to the bigger players. And we can see there's been a reduction in the short positioning and, maintaining of the long positioning. So from a standpoint of a trade idea, I would still say that it's a bit hard to say, well, we're going to see a breakout through 93. I would just say that you want to see if it can get back to 93 and then wait for a pullback. And you just play the currency pairs, with the US dollar based on where it is. If it's getting close to this range and there's no real catalyst, most likely we're going to see a pullback again. What's really going to require is something from the Fed saying we are going to have to taper here. That's going to see a nice pullback in equities and a strong catalyst to push the US dollar high, but that could still be really in November. For now, a conservative call would be then. So just play the ranges for now, guys, is my thought process. Now, I will check the chat here as well. Oh, here we go. So guys, what I did share in the link is in the chat as well was just a link to, we are trying to get the LCMS Traders Club awarded the best financial community awards, the best educational community awards, sorry. So use the link provided in the chat there. Make sure you vote for best educational community and really just try and spread the word out there about what we're doing in LCMS Traders as well. And that would be greatly appreciated. So guys, it is Wednesday and we've got Jindal Tai here from LCMS Traders and multi-million-dollar trader, just going through his ideas on the pound and any potential trade ideas. So over to you, Jin.
Thank you so much, Scott. So before I get into the pound analysis for today, just wanted to touch on, right? We've got a lot of Traders Club members on this call. In fact, a lot of retail traders who join this call, if you're watching on YouTube or on whichever live stream media we're on, a lot of the current problems that most retail traders face is that you approach your trades with one method or you approach your trades with one time frame. What I actually will suggest to most traders or even all traders is to approach the markets with multiple timeframes, with multiple approaches or mindsets. So how I actually do my trades is I look at a variety of trades. During my active period when I'm sitting at the screen, I'm watching the screen, I'm doing short-term trades. I'm doing trades on the 15-minute time frame. I'm doing trades on the 1-hour time frame. Trades that I'm actually watching. Once it bounces or once it moves against me a little bit, I'll close out, I'll look for another trade, I'll jump into something else, something that I'll be monitoring throughout the day because I'm sitting at the desk, I'm watching my charts all the time. So I'm doing something that I can trade and watch and manage very closely. Then it comes towards, as I do that throughout the day, I'm building, well, hopefully I'm building my profits, I'm building that profit margin there. And from that point onwards, after that, I'll get into a slightly longer term trade where, I'm happy to take on a 40 pip or 50 pip or even a 60 pip stop loss where I can set and forget. I can set it before I leave the office, let it go, let it run, and then maybe I'll look at it later in the night or whether I look at it in the next morning, trades that will take a little bit of a longer time to play out. So how I categorize this is the first one where you're trading, you're managing, will be your opportunistic trades. You're taking opportunity of every move of even slight moves in the market, opportunistic trades to build towards a slightly more risk-free swing trade or position trade where you actually can see the bigger moves and you see your capital in your accounts actually growing quite significantly. So how you really should approach any of your trades will be to have both that opportunistic and that big swing trade. So you see a accumulation throughout your trading account, and then also you see that big growth in there. So this is, you know, a bit of insight into how I approach my trades. Also to give you a bit of a background onto why and how I do my analysis that I share with you here on a daily basis. So with that said, looking at the news for the pound dollar, before we do that, you know, the links are there. Make sure you jump on board and sign up for or help us with the nominations. You will see a page like that. Then you go fill in it's CMS, well, Traders Club, and then you put in best education, put in your email, and click submit. That's all I ask from you at this point. So looking at the Forex Trading Asia economic calendar here, today being Wednesday, looking at the pound dollar, there is going to be the CPI number to be released at 1400 hours GMT +8. And look at it month on month, we're looking at it to stay at 0.5% for CPI. CPI is the inflationary number that we want to pay attention to. More interestingly is the year-on-year number here, looking to go from a 2 to a 2.9%. From a 2 to a 2.9%. That's, I don't think we'll hit a 2.9. We might, but I don't think we'll hit a 2.9. I think this would probably miss a little bit. So we might see a 2.7 or maybe a 2.8. I don't think we'll see a 2.9 here. Following on from that, we do have a lot of other news, but I don't think these are big price movers. On Thursday, we do have the US retail sales numbers looking like it's going to improve slightly, but still a negative number, with core retail sales going from a -0.4 to a -0.2%. So might see some firming up of the US dollar if we do see some improvements here. And I think that we might actually see a better number than what's forecasted. Following on from that, Friday, we do have the pound retail sales number looking to go from a 2.4 to a 2.7 for the year on year, and a month on month going from a -2.5 to a 0.5%. So what you see here is that anticipating some relatively good data for the UK here, with the core retail sales number going from year on year 1.8 to a 2.5, month on month a big swing from a -2.4 to a 0.8. I think these numbers here, especially the month on month, will probably be quite good, as the UK has been in that opening up phase. We have seen more activity over in the UK. So I don't think we'll see terrible numbers here. I think we'll see some relatively good numbers on Friday for the UK retail sales and core retail sales data. And then we do have some US news and Euro news to follow. So with all that, we're looking at possibly maybe a little bit of a not great but not terrible CPI number, following on with possibly some good data from the UK on Friday. What all this means with the charts here, looking at the pound dollar on the H4 time frame. Yesterday, I did a bit of an impromptu analysis on the pound dollar with the news that was going to be released yesterday afternoon, the employment data. We did see, and I love how this moved exactly as planned, we did see that move up to test 1.3870, and then after that, a shot straight down. Now at 1.3799, we saw, so far we've seen since the entry about a 60 pip move. At this point, I think that we probably will see it continue down. I don't think it will go as low as 1.3747. This move downwards with another about 40 pip towards that support level could be driven down because of that CPI number to be released at 1400 hours. but I don't think this will be the trade that you want to set and forget. This is one of the reasons why I've been telling you about the opportunistic or the swing trades. This will be something that you want to, if you are going to enter, you want to get into it as an opportunistic trade, something that you get in, manage closely, watch it, watch the news, and then close out quite quickly. So only a 40 pip move downwards, I would say be very careful with that. Might not go all the way. What I'll be more interested to see is that on Friday, if we do see a firming up of the retail sales number for the UK, we might see the pound dollar trace back into that 1.3870 level. So I would be very patient. What I think will happen here, it looks like I'm drawing what the market is going to do, but I think this is going to happen. It's going to come down, sit at this support level a little bit before bouncing back up. So what you should be looking for at this point will be possibly a trade on Friday throughout. You have about 137.65, a buying opportunity at 137.65, a 30 pip stop loss for a relatively good 90 pip take profit level, a 1:3 risk reward ratio towards the upside, towards that 138.70 resistance level. So what you can see here is since last week, the pound dollar has been trading in this range. If hit that resistance, came down, hit the support, bounced back up. Right now, it looks like it's going to come down. I hope that it comes down, sit across before bouncing back up. That range could be quite crucial to the pound dollar to trade within, also driven because of the news. But if we do think that the pound dollar is likely to drop and sit at that support level, although it's not as attractive to trade, what you could be looking for is the euro pound. As I shared with you yesterday, euro pound breaking above that 85.38 level. We did have that opportunity for a 40 pip move towards 85.90. I think that if we do see the pound dollar slowly creep down, move down towards the support level, this could drive the euro pound up towards that resistance. So if you didn't jump into this trade already, at this point might look like an opportunity. I think it will trace back down a little bit. It will trace back down a little bit before resuming that upward move. You could be looking for buying opportunities. If it does come down, bounce at about 8548, you still have a very tight stop loss of 20 pips for a good take profit level of about 40 pips. You're still looking at a 1:2 risk reward ratio back up towards that 85.90. And while I'm still sharing my charts, I'll just quickly do a quick recap. Aussie dollar, we've seen it moving down towards that support level. Hasn't really tested that resistance, but it just went slowly back down. I think at this point, we might see it bounce back up slightly. If you haven't jumped into a trade at that point, it's way too late right now. New Zealand dollar did exactly what we thought it would do, went up, tested that 7146 resistance. You can see the tail there before coming down towards 7073. At this point, I think we'll stay within the range. No big surprises coming out for the Kiwi. And then euro dollar hasn't done too much at all since yesterday. It's actually trading in a very tight range of about 25 pips. So what I would say is that we still have that upward possibility for the euro dollar. So with that said, I'll pass it back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks for that, Jin. And also, guys, just in the chat, what I have done is just a reminder to anyone that hasn't subscribed to the YouTube channel. So if you are looking for some more resources, just click the link for the LCMS YouTube channel that I've sent out. Thanks to everyone that's voted as well. And I encourage you to please put in a vote for LCMS Traders Club. I've also got in the chat here the Forex trading course fundamental analysis episode 19. So if you're looking to understand a little bit more about just the discussion points made by Jin, and just to get a basic understanding, click that link there for that video. And then just something else as well that I'm quickly going to share. So Jin was talking about the pound as well. So, and hindsight's always very valuable, but What I am going to show you here is, so this is the LCMS Traders Club, and this was yesterday at 4:12 in the afternoon. Now I just want to try and scroll up just so you can see a date of posting. There we go, the 14th. So that was the 14th. So we cycle back down. So this was shared, and as you can see, that's where the pound was. And also in the currency call yesterday, I also did a summary and I talked about if it did get through, it was the pound weakens, and we did see this play out as well. There we go. So 13854 is a potential sell trade, and it was even called out as well before then. So that was, a really nice trade as well. Just as one example of, what we do at the Traders Club as well. It's almost like being in a prop firm. We're sharing commentary and we're preparing you as well. But enough of that from me, guys. Thanks for sticking along with us as well. Now we've got Kim Hong, currency strategist for LCMS Traders, discussing a high time frame trade idea with the Aussie CAD. So over to you, Kim Hong.
All right, thank you, Scott. Happy midweek, everyone. Okay, this trade idea that I'll be sharing today, I've already closed it for a profit. Okay, Aussie CAD, time to make a comeback. Now, this trade idea was fired out on 27th of August. Okay, so, like yesterday's trade idea, okay, judging from the screenshot, you guys can see a double bottom, right? So yeah, that's actually one of the motivation behind this trade idea. Okay, let's just go over to the chart. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you guys see the chart? Thumbs up. Okay, good. So yes, as I was saying, double bottom. So what's the big deal, right? So the big deal is, if I were to, okay, right now you're looking at the H4 time frame. Okay, this trade idea was fired out based on a H4 time frame. If I were to go to daily, pardon the squashed up words over here, you can see that it's actually very, very low. All right. So if we were to go to, well, I'm not going to go weekly. Or maybe I should go weekly. Wow. Okay. So the last time, okay, the last time Aussie CAD was actually trading at the 0.91 handle was, I can't see this. Let me shift this. When was it? 2020 May 24th. Okay, so it's a real long time ago. Okay, so back to H4. So why is that the case, right? So I mean, from early on this year, okay, we can see that. Sorry for all the time frame switching, but yeah, I just trying to bring out some points here. Okay, so over here it's 2021 January. Okay, so as you can see that since January, since the start of January, okay, Aussie CAD has actually fallen by some 700 pips. Okay, yeah, main reason because of the central bank policies. Okay, we have seen so far the Bank of Canada tapered twice. Okay, as compared to the RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia, which hasn't tapered any. Okay, prior to the issuing of the trade idea. Okay, so monetary policy wise, we see a strong policy coming from Bank of Canada, making very good progress towards policy normalization, whereas the RBA at that time, early on this year, not doing much, okay, in terms of tapering, okay. So that was the main reason why the Australian dollar actually weakened against the Canadian dollar throughout, I would say, in the first 8 months of the year, okay. So that actually led to a double bottom. Okay, it actually traded close to the 0.91 handle, but yeah, it kind of like not ready to go any lower. Okay, why is that the case? Because remember, back in July, the RBA actually announced that they're going to carry out a tapering. Okay, which is a good thing, right? So the market was a bit hesitant to push Aussie CAD lower. Okay, so resulting in this double bottom. Now and I think it was triggered within 1 week or so. Yeah, August 27, okay? Yeah, around that timing, right? August 27. Okay, so it triggered and it went up. Now, the thing is, it did not hit my TP, okay? It did not hit my TP, but I decided to close it, okay? Because the Bank of Canada's monetary policy meeting, okay? So as you can see, when it actually comes up all the way to around the 0.934 level, it actually starts hovering around, okay? So I was a bit hesitant to keeping this trade running, okay? And during this period of time, you can see that our indicators, okay, the slow MACD and the fast MACD, in fact, the fast MACD was actually showing a downward momentum already, okay, as compared to the slow MACD, which explains why it's called slow MACD, okay? It's still hovering across, all right? So that actually gives me, I would say, a signal, okay, a hint as to, you know, I should start to consider whether or not I should be holding on to this trade any longer, right? And at that time, you know, there was this Bank of Canada monetary policy meeting. So it kind of it's like a double signal for me, okay, to say that, you know, maybe I should just close for my profit for 122 pips, okay? Because who knows what's going to turn out during the Bank of Canada, right? I mean, although I was telling you guys that, you know, nothing much is going to be expected from the Bank of Canada, but, you know, things do happen, right? So we're not sure. So because of this term, what do you call it, reversing of indicators, technical indicators, and the upcoming high impact news, okay, monetary policy meeting from the Bank of Canada, I decided to close the trade for 122 pips at around this candle, okay, this golden arrow over here, right? So it turns out that, well, I would say it's a decent close because it went up a bit higher, and then from then on, it just starts coming down, okay? So yeah, yesterday I was mentioning about, you know, how, you know, on hindsight, we can see that, you know, if we were to close our trades for profit, we can say that it's a good close, it's a bad close, and things like that. But the most important thing, okay, the most important thing to, you know, to decide whether or not you should hold on to a trade or close a trade is to have a plan, or rather, should I say, you know, is to have a valid reasons such as, you know, upcoming major news, economic data releases, monetary policy meeting, political news, and things like that. A reversal of indicators, okay, momentum, in terms of momentum, can actually give a hint to, you know, to tell us to actually pay attention, you know, to the price action of whichever pair that we are trading, okay? And it's, you know, it will eventually lead to a decision, right? So yeah, so that's the trade idea that I would like to share today. And I think earlier on, I think about a couple of hours back ago in the Ecofin platform, okay, I think one of our members was actually, you know, asking about Aussie CAD, whether to sell or not, all right? So yeah, I actually say that, you know, if I were to trade Aussie CAD right now, I'll be looking to sell, okay? However, take note of the not Bank of Canada, sorry. Take note of the Canadian CPI data that will be released tonight, later on at 20:30 GMT plus 8, okay? And the Australian employment data that will be released tomorrow at 09:30 GMT plus 8, okay? So I think apparently there was some, I mean, the forecast was quite big, okay? It was quite big from the previous release of the data, okay? So, you know, there may be movements in Aussie CAD and things like that. So if you guys are actually planning to sell Aussie CAD right now, I would say, you know, if it moves later on, keep your trade short term, all right? If it doesn't move and if you still plan to take because there's a nice momentum going on and things like that, then, you know, wait for the Canadian CPI data to be released and the Australian employment figures to be released before deciding whether or not to take on the trade. All right, with that, I'll hand it back to Scott.
Thanks for that, Kim Hong. And again, guys, I just want to do a little recap. I've shared a couple of links for the complete 4-day Kickstarter course for anyone learning to, you know, trade the Forex markets and things like that. The whole course is completely uploaded on the YouTube channel for free. And if you are just looking to get a taste of what we're doing in our methodology, I've shared the YouTube video for the LCMS Traders 5-step checklist. Now, we do have Daniel up next for a preview of tonight's 9 p.m. GMT plus 8 live trading call, and he'll just go through a bit of a behind the scenes on the LCMS Traders Club as well. So over to you, Daniel.
Hey, thanks a lot, Scott. Behind the scenes, huh? Okay. Yeah, so tonight, for LCMS Traders Club, you already saw just now, Scott already showed you roughly what LCMS Traders Club platform is. But what we have as well is on Monday, 8 p.m. GMT plus 8, we have a group coaching sessions. We just had it. And then we also on Wednesdays tonight, 9 p.m. GMT plus 8, okay, we have a live trading sessions. We have Kim Hong giving long-term trades, good trade ideas coming in. But, we have lots of people complain that they have no time to trade. They want to look at the market. Is there a possible short-term or medium-term trade to be taking? What should we do? No time to prepare. So this time, tonight, Wednesday, 9 p.m. tonight, live trading session with all the club members is the time where we show you how we do preparations before we do any trades. What kind of analysis, thoughts, background do we wait for to take any trades as well, so that you don't really need to be always be on your computer. You really need just 1 or 2 hours. You trade the US market open. That's why we did it on the 9 p.m. GMT plus 8 timing, and to do short-term trades or any possible medium-term, like a kind of trade ideas preparing to set there as well, to look at the trade ideas, setups, take the trade and leave it for 1 or 2 days, that kind of trade. So it is going to be some trade ideas shared as well. Last week, we were just focusing on scalping trades actually on Aussie USD. So that's something that we did last week. So today, if you look at the calendar right now, let me go into the calendar. Okay, where is there you go. Not this one, the economic calendar coming in, today at 9 p.m. Coming in will just be after this Canadian CPI data. So it'll be a nice reaction while we trade after the news. And then we have at 9:15 and about also with some industrial production news there as well. May not have a big impact, but nevertheless, that will be a great time where we can sit down, look at analysis, and do trading for short-term scalping, or even medium-term setup trades to take for a trade for 1 or 2 days. We can take the trade and set a target, set and forget, or continue monitoring and decide when the time to exit out as well. Okay, so for those club members already, do remember to join us. We have lots of members joining us already. Come to us at 9 p.m. tonight, GMT plus 8 Singapore time. But those who are not already in the club, I encourage you to join us. This club, we already showed you, it's really worth thousands, because not only do we have a community, we host a community of traders here. We also have Forex signals coming in, where we issue these Forex signals 5 minutes even earlier than the free channel in the Telegram channel. We also, not only that, we give you the analysis behind the Forex signals, so that you not only earn from the signals, you also learn how to trade and why we issue the signals as well. Then we have also daily currency analysis coming in, and many, many more right down here in the club. So go ahead and come to tradersclub.lcms.com.sg. Really, this is without a doubt the least you must do to make sure you achieve your best in your trading. Now, this price of $49 a month can change anytime, but we have lots of feedback that actually with all the trading and the community support here, it's really worth it and it's very beneficial, where you can earn back this $49 a month. So remember to click it in here, and I'll see you in the club, especially tonight, 9 p.m. GMT plus 8. See you guys. Scott.
All right, thanks for that, Daniel. And guys, we just got a couple links here. If you are looking to join the club, which I'd strongly recommend if you're learning to develop your trading skills, there is the link for the Traders Club. Now, just remember, if you haven't already, it would be really appreciated if you could vote for us as the best educational community using the link sent. That's second last link. And then the final link is for the managed account service. So if you have watched the video, you've been following us for a while, and you just sort of understand things, but you are looking to take advantage of a professional team of traders to manage your account instead of you worrying about it all, we do offer that as well. So please click the link for ForexBriefcase.com and we will be in touch. If you can, please leave your details there as well. And that is the call for today, guys. So thank you for joining us. Tomorrow will be yen and gold. And I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Thank you for watching.